15 seconds. Have fun.
The following is a Learfield presentation of the Georgia Southern Sports Network. On the Georgia Southern Sports Network, powered by Learfield, presented by Morris Bank, this is Hail Southern Live. Live at Wild Wing Cafe in Statesboro. Hot wings, cold beer, and good times. Coming up, your all-access pass into Georgia Southern athletics, including a visit with head football coach Clay Helton. Hail Southern Live is brought to you by Morris Bank. It pays to bank blue. Morris Bank. Member FDIC. Eagle Nation Collective, the official NIL collective of Georgia Southern Athletics. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Please enjoy responsibly. Optum Orthopedics. Your team, your community, your freedom. Optum Orthopedics. They're here for you. And by Savannah Hilton Head International Airport and the Savannah Airport Commission. Make sure to tweet your questions to @GS Sports Network. Now let's head live inside Wild Wing Cafe in Statesboro. Here's the voice of the Eagles, Danny Reed.
Eagle Nation, it is great to see you again. Back one more time at Wild Wing Cafe in Statesboro for the 2024 debut edition of Hail Southern Live on the Georgia Southern Sports Network, powered by Learfield, brought to you each week by our friends at Morris Bank. It pays to bank blue. Morris Bank, member FDIC. Eagle Nation, it's game week. 8.5 months of waiting is over with. We've got football this Saturday. Alan E. Paulson Stadium, Evans Family Field. It's Georgia Southern in the first ever matchup against the Boise State Broncos. 4 o'clock is the kickoff from the prettiest little stadium in America. We'll get it going on the network at 2 p.m. from the tailgate live with the Cutwater Spirits tailgate show. And then the Eagles and the Broncos hit the gridiron for the first time ever as opponents. If anybody has any questions tonight, you can tweet us at GS Sports Network. You can also submit your comments or your questions on the Facebook Live feed. We're available on YouTube Live as well and on gseagles.com. Head Coach Clay Helton is going to join us in about 15 minutes. We'll also talk with linebacker Marques-Watson Trent, preseason All-League linebacker Marques-Watson Trent. But we're going to tell you what it's like to get a season off the ground, not just football season, but athletics on the whole. For that, Eagle Nation, please welcome in Director of Athletics Jared Benko to Wild Wing Cafe. Busy day, fun day. What kind of day? What kind of day is your Monday?
It's finally here. Game week's finally here, and we've been looking forward to it. I was talking to Coach Helton last week. You get to where the guys are hitting against each other and ready for someone new to hit. We're ready to go ahead and have his first game, and our staff's done a great job. We're really excited about what we've got coming out this week, the new in 2024. We've got a lot of new improvements for our fans, so it's going to be an exciting year.
A year ago, a lot of these introductions were, wow, this is really cool about how we can improve the fan experience that much more. I'm not asking you to give away the farm, but what can people expect about what is more in 24?
Well, I think the first thing you'll know is right out of the gates a new video board that we have up. And but you know, even from the Russell Classic we had, here recently, the new sound system is just a monumental difference. I mean, we had Andy right there. We had a work day our staff did earlier this week, and the sound's just clear. It's loud. It's night and day from our last sound system. Really excited about the ribbon board too, and also new concessionaire, Southern Exchange. I know William Martin's a great partner of ours. Will be there, so we got a lot of new changes coming out. We're really excited about it.
What just came out recently, the Soar Up program, graciously done by Aramark and Southern Exchange. Rounding up just that little bit more from your purchase inside Paulson Stadium. Of course, for Southern Exchange, that's also going to be at their retail location right across campus. But all of those proceeds going directly to the Eagle Nation NIL Collective.
Well, it's huge because, Danny, one of the things we've talked about to all our fans, donors, and alums is, you can get into the ground level. Obviously, we're pushing for 2,000 people to join at $365 a year, which is a little over $30 a month. But even at the roundup piece, where you round up, 50 cents on the dollar, 80 cents on the dollar, you can get in and help at the ground level. So we think it's a great opportunity to get everyone involved.
The last couple of days, it's been a large push, not just to pack the stadium because it's Boise State, but because there's potential with the way things have trended, I've talked with Taylor, who was on last week's podcast, about comparing the numbers now to what they were like against Coastal Carolina when you set a Paulson Stadium attendance record last year. About 2,500 or so still to go. There's 5 days to get there. 1-800-GSU-WINS, gseagles.com/tickets. But as you look at what you did against Coastal, how can those same tactics be applied, especially when you got an opponent like Boise coming in for the first time ever?
No, I mean, for us, I have faith that Eagle Nation's going to continue to purchase tickets and really continue to show out. I mean, that Coastal atmosphere last year was unbelievable, and I feel really confident that we're going to sell out this week. We've still got some more work to do, and our ticket office staff and foundation staff's done a great job. But Danny, really, when you look at it, it's one of the best matchups we've had in Paulson in quite some time. Without a doubt. You get a chance to see one of the premier running backs in the country, for Boise as well. And listen, our guys have been working all summer and all fall to get ready for this matchup, and I'm really excited about this year's team. So, all in all, it's a great opportunity to watch it. It's one of the top matchups I feel like for the week.
When Inside Georgia Southern Football began this morning on ESPN+, the initial picture was of the ribbon board getting finished. We always say pardon our progress. That was the case with the Anthony P. Tippins facility last year. But as the press conference started at 12:30, you heard these loud rivets and bangs from the outside because the Coke sign that's on top of the new scoreboard, that just went in.
Yeah, listen, Coca-Cola has been such a great partner of Georgia Southern Athletics for so long, and it was really a great opportunity as we renew our contract with them for them to continue to have increased branding and visibility within Paulson. And so that's a testament to all our great sponsors. You look at, obviously, with Southern Eagle, we have tons of opportunities to continue to highlight those great partnerships. Morris Bank. Now there's another couple we're announcing here this week. So really excited about our continuing corporate engagement. And really, when you look across the board, I was sharing with our staff this week, a little less than 4 years ago, Danny, we had a chain link fence around Paulson Stadium. And now you look at what's happened with the Tippins Family Center. You look at, obviously, the parking infrastructure and everything that's done to improve the stadium. We're really, really excited that this year is the best year Paulson's ever looked.
Rooted rivalry this weekend. Great partnership that Georgia Southern Sports Properties in Learfield has with Schumann Farms. But I got to give some credit to the Idaho Potato Commission as well, because they could have heard this. They could say, what are y'all talking about? Rooted rivalry, onions, potatoes. But if that's going to give another layer to this whole deal, that's going to be a spectacle to watch this weekend.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all saw the video of Danny got crushed by Mar this week. I guess it came out today, didn't it? The video.
It'll be talked about in a little bit, everybody.
I know Darrell Lynn knows, but Danny's too proud to admit that I think he had some bruised ribs from that hit. It actually was a real hit. So, but no, it's really awesome. I had someone tweet at me today, said that they're boycotting potatoes this week, which I mean that's being true blue right there. So,
all right, what's your favorite onion dish? Let's get creative here.
Well, it's tough. I mean, onion rings here at Wild Wing are great. Anything about blooming onion type concept, anything that's fried is always good. So I think fried onions. I mean, the varsity growing up, that was always tough to beat onion rings as well. So,
are you swearing off potatoes this week too, or?
Man, I'm focused on winning. The potato piece right now is an afterthought. We're trying to get Paulson ready and get a win this Saturday.
With just a couple of days to go before kickoff, what else aesthetically, when fans walk in, will they see that maybe a little bit, not necessarily different, but maybe a little bit tweaked from what they saw in 23?
What you'll see is we'll have more options for food on the home side, and that's something we hear a lot about. And trying to continue to work within that footprint and envelope to do it. But you'll really see a big difference, I feel like, from a concession standpoint. We're doubling our points to sell.
That's big
so
time.
People can go ahead and not only buy food, obviously, in a quicker fashion, but also buy their beverage of choice quicker, I should say, than years past. And I think, too, you'll see, too, a lot of the things we can do with a scoreboard in the video board piece where we can start doing a lot of in-game features that we haven't been able to. I use the analogy, it's like going from plasma TV to 4D and all the latest technology. And so the new video board is going to be really great just from a fan engagement. So you have a chance to get on. We have all types of activations that won't ruin the script for Saturday, but really looking forward to getting our fans engaged even more.
For those that take their seats for the game, they'll look at the turf that was installed last year. They'll notice Evans Family Field is now on that turf. We had to go through some red tape. No, that's the wrong color tape, but that's the phrase. Just to make sure that was going to be part of the verbiage. Now, Paulson Stadium, Evans Family Field, gracious donation from them to allow us to move the department ahead that much more and honor them for committing such a financial deal to the university.
Yeah, I mean, listen, our RT and Brianna have been so very generous, and obviously outstanding alums, even at young ages. What have they been able to do? Not even philanthropically, but both have had great career success already. But even going back to Archie's dad, Tim, who's been very influential. Obviously Evans Construction built the FOC. But really their family's been so just impactful to Georgia Southern, not only athletics, but the university as a whole. And so we're really honored and very humbled they wanted to go forward for that naming opportunity. And really what that gets been able to do is really continue to invest in our football program. And we know I know Coach will talk a little bit about, we made a lot of, I'd say not only investments, but some changes in the offseason to really make sure that we're peaking at the right time of the year and feeding our guys well and really make sure they're rehabbing and staying in shape. And I don't believe, knock on wood, this is the healthiest fall I've ever been through with injury-wise, and really looking forward to getting the year off to a start Saturday.
When you speak about all the improvements and the tweaks and the add-ons for 24, it's fitting because we do celebrate the 10-year anniversary of the opening of the FOC and making the move up from the FCS to the FBS. It's well-timed.
No, it is, and I think, listen, perspective is always really important. I actually was talking to Coach Munkin earlier this week, just catching up with him, and I talked to Willie over the summer, and they love this place, and obviously they put their blood, sweat, and tears in this place, and now having a chance to see in 10 years of building, still in remarkable shape, but it's so impactful because really now when you look at that and really kind of flanked by the Tippins Family Center as well as all the improvements at Paulson, it's been a game changer.
1-800-GSU-WINS to get your tickets. Still about 2,500 available as we look to pack Paulson and set another attendance record. You can also go to gseagles.com/tickets. Jared, it's enjoyable to have you on for the first show each year. Thanks for everything that you've done so far, and here's to a great Saturday with the Eagles over the Broncos.
I appreciate it, Danny. Hail Southern, GATA.
Director of Athletics, Jared Benko. We come back from this timeout. We're talking Eagle football with the big horse, head coach Clay Helton. That's next from Wild Wing Cafe. This is Hail Southern Live, powered by Learfield.
Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The sweet smell of victory and grilled burgers still hang in the air. Your tailgate was a big win thanks to your Ford F-150 Pro. With available Pro Power Encore, you used your F-150 as a mobile generator. That kept the celebration going long after the final whistle. See your local Ford dealer and score a great offer on F-150. Greatness starts here. See owner's manual for important operating instructions.
When someone says the word bank, what comes to mind? For most folks, it's probably dollar bills, loans, or safe deposit boxes. But these are all just things. Our bank is a collection of stories. At Morris Bank, it's the stories of relationships through the years. Stories of working hard in our business. Stories where the hero is the front row seat to your story. And we can't wait to see what you do next. Morris Bank, season presenting sponsor of Georgia Southern football, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hey there, Eagle Nation. Make sure to check out Uncle Shug's Chicken Bar in Statesboro for our good as Grandma's Fried Chicken and Uncle Shug's Barbecue Place in Statesboro and Brooklyn when you're looking for those good old-timey barbecue items. Your tailgate isn't complete without our fried chicken, homemade sides, sweet tea, and overrated banana pudding. For more information, download our mobile app or visit UncleShugs.com. No matter where you end up tailgating, Uncle Shugs has you covered.
When it comes to your heating and cooling needs, don't sacrifice your comfort. Okeechee Heating and Air has served Southeast Georgia and surrounding communities for more than 15 years. With more than 35 years of industry experience, these licensed and insured heating contractors have the experience and know-how to get your HVAC job done right the first time. Whether you're selecting a new heating or cooling system, repairing an existing system, or you just want lower energy bills and a healthier home, Okeechee Heating and Air has the service and expertise you're looking for. Call today, 912-739-4035.
BBWH Insurers, owned and operated by Georgia Southern alumni, has been serving Southeast Georgia since 1888. Our partnerships with quality A-plus rated carriers such as the Central Mutual Insurance Companies provide affordable and comprehensive coverage for your family and business. BBWH Insurers protects and supports our own. That's our true blue promise to you. Call me, Ashley Ellis, at 912-764-9602 or visit us online at bbwhins.com. And go Eagles!
Pioneer Design and Marketing is the official marketing partner of Georgia Southern Athletics. Serving clients locally and globally, Pioneer is a design and digital marketing studio helping courageous brands stake their claim in crowded markets. From logos to websites to digital marketing strategies, these ground. Find them online at
It's pride, it's dedication, it's fandom. Wear your college colors on August 30th for College Colors Day. Welcome back game days and celebrate by wearing your school's apparel. Showcase your pregame ritual, your fan cave, or just you wearing your team gear wherever you are by using the hashtag College Colors Day. Head to collegecolorsday.com to learn more and shop the latest gear. It's your day to show your school spirit. College Colors Day on August 30th. Don't miss the moment.
Handoff White, jukes back right across the goal line, no doubt. Wings up, Eagle Nation. Touchdown, Georgia Southern. Hail Southern Live continues at Wild Wing Cafe in Statesboro, presented every week by Georgia Power. Georgia Power, a Southern company. Great to talk with Director of Athletics Jared Benko. 5 days away from the opening kickoff of the 2024 season. Georgia Southern, Boise State for the first time ever. 4 o'clock, nationally televised on ESPNU. Our broadcast on the Georgia Southern Sports Network will start at 2 p.m. with a Cutwater Spirits tailgate show. Eagle Nation, he is about to start year 3 leading this program, but as we talked about this morning on Inside Georgia Southern Football, his 30th year in coaching. Please give it up for the big horse, your head coach, Clay Helton, to Wild Wing Cafe. That was not meant to make you feel old, because you're not old.
I've got a lot of experience with young man energy, Danny. How about this crowd? Is this awesome?
It's a great crowd.
Eagle Nation showing
really
up. Wild Wing Cafe, thank you so much for all you do. Man, great way to start the season.
When you hear year 30, do the memories flood back, or is it, I'm 5 days away from my 30th year, and that's where all my energy is?
Well, I think you get to this point, of the year, and you're worried about the now.
Okay.
You're worried about what do we accomplish today? What do we need to get accomplished today? Just keep adding up the days until game time. You really think about memories when you're over and done and retired. Okay. And I don't plan on doing that anytime soon. So I think I'll worry about the now, and right now is Boise State.
And with the last 8.5 months, it's either been, well, let's get in the weight room, let's get our strength and conditioning. Coach Heiss and his staff have done a fabulous job since he's gotten here. Even fall camp, you've got this, okay, this is Tuesday done, we'll get to Wednesday, get to Thursday. A little bit different when this week, that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you've got a live game at the end of it.
Yeah, definitely. It's been great to have 21 practices. Tomorrow's 22. But last week, going through the mock game week, every situation a kid and a coach is going to be in. We had that mock game week leading up to our mock game on Saturday, went through the organization of what a game day is like, and the kids are in a great place. What really hit me at the end of that mock game was how much veteran leadership we have, how many of these guys have been with us over the last 2 years, going into their 3rd, 4th, 5th year. And you look up and it helps you sleep a little bit better at night as a coach, because there's a nice balance of rookies, but when you look at the 2 deep positions, it's really made up of veteran leadership.
With all the time that you spend around each other, you still have to monitor. Guys are getting better. Guys are changing. Guys are developing. When you feel that moment where, let's say you look at a Marques-Watson Trent, since he's going to be joining us here in about 20 minutes, when you first saw him to that first major moment of, wow, this guy is really getting it, what is that like for his head coach?
Well, it didn't take me 4 days. It took me 4 plays to go, that guy really does. He's football instinctive, and there's a reason he's had 100-plus tackles back-to-back years, All-American year last year, one of the better players not only in our conference but the country, and a 2-time captain, which he was just named. So proud of that for him. It's one of those things that, you're so proud of kids that you get to be a part of their life. They understand your culture. They understand the standard and the expectation about what we want. And Mars leading that. It's gone from coach-driven early, when you come into year 1, to now it's player-driven. And Mars is a huge part of that.
You put out a video very, very early this morning telling Eagle Nation, look, if you bought your tickets, we appreciate it. If you could find a couple of friends, let's pack this thing out. Had you ever been up to that high on Paulson before?
I have. Sometimes I go up there and just like to look around, but this morning was a special morning, and so it's game week. A little bit harder to sleep, and usually I'm an early morning guy anyways. Went up there with a cup of coffee, had a little bit of a spiritual moment, and, looked down upon it and said, this is the best place to watch a game in college football, is the prettiest little stadium, American Paulson Stadium. And I know we're right on the brink of another great sellout, maybe another attendance record for our opening ball game, which is, I think, one of the premier football games in college football this week, featuring two really good teams.
As we talked about with Jared last segment, about 2,500 tickets still available. 1-800-GSU-WINS to get yours, or visit gseagles.com/tickets. This was a longer camp this year. You had about 2 full weeks before class started. Once you have the academic element mixed in, you still have time before the season begins. So how do those practices differ once school starts?
Yeah, you're on unlimited time, Danny, up until the start of school. So, to be able to have that 10 days of just being us, we say we go down in the submarine, and the submarine doesn't come back up till the end of the season, but to be there, and you got 43 newcomers on this 125-man squad, to be able to get to know those guys individually, see the chemistry that really came together over summer and now a training camp, it's important. And, it's always, when you have those 10 days and it's just the grind of that hell week, it brings brotherhood. Shared suffering brings brotherhood about, and those kids did a wonderful job with it in training camp.
I wanted to limit the amount of questions about this position, but we have to talk about it. You picked J.C. French as QB1. He went into a battle with 2 others, really the entire room, but specifically it was versus David Dallas. It was versus Dexter Williams. J.C. gets the job. He'll make his first career start on Saturday. But you have the perspective of, one, somebody that played the position collegiately at Auburn, at Houston, but also during your time at USC. You had several quarterback battles where you had to find the player that would give you the best opportunity to win. So how does all of that together, how did that give you more guidance to make the right call?
Yeah, really, this is a situation you always want to be in. When you have 3 guys that can go out there and win football games,
Sure.
I have a true belief in all 3. But you have to be able to look as a head coach, who's making the best decisions, who's delivering the ball accurately, especially down the field when you have a great running back like Jalen White and O.J. Arnold beside you. Who's getting the ball out on time, not taking sacks, who's not making the critical turnovers. And, that's one of the big areas that we have to improve upon if we want to win a championship. We had 31 turnovers last year.
Yeah.
And you had 12 of them in the month of November. I wear this band that says never again. That reminds me we're never going to have another November like that again. And it's about protecting the football. And when you look at what JC did, all 3 did a tremendous job. But in the moment, JC had the best training camp and was playing the best in the moment in decision-making, timing, accuracy, moving the ball. He threw 1 interception in 154 team throws. That's an unbelievable, that's an elite ratio. So hopefully we can continue that throughout the season.
Hail Southern Live in 2024, brought to you in part by our friends at Core Credit Union. We will continue to talk with head coach Clay Helton. When we come back, we'll get to some of your questions. You can tweet us at GS Sports Network. Also, submit those questions and comments on our Facebook Live feed. And in about 15-20 minutes or so, we'll speak with linebacker Marques-Watson Trent, a 2023 All-American and now a Sweet Onion. This is Hail Southern Live for Wild Wing Cafe, powered by Learfield.
Eagle Nation, this is Kennedy Finch, the Executive Director of the Eagle Nation Collective. Your passion fuels our pride, and we're looking to add to our roster at the Eagle Nation Collective. For as little as $1 a day, you can help our athletes train harder, play smarter, and create those championship moments. We want to see 2,000 new members by the end of the season, and Eagle Nation, we need you to help us get there. Together, let's soar higher than ever before. Visit EagleNationNIL.com to join the Eagle Nation Collective today.
Your cargo transportation choice in Savannah and the Southeast. For freight management, consolidation, warehousing, and more, including flexible and responsive drayage solutions. Your success is our final destination. Savannah Logistics Group.
A logistics company that strives to deliver the best drivers, employees, and customer experience through our core values of empowerment, innovation, and consistency. Savannah Logistics Group, a proud supporter of Georgia Southern Athletics.
College sports fans now have access to hundreds of weekly podcasts that zero in on the college sports world. Now available in the Varsity Podcast Network and part of the new Varsity app. The app is free and available from wherever you get your favorite apps. Download the Varsity app today to have access to hundreds of national podcasts as well as your favorite team-focused podcasts. The Varsity Podcast Network, now available for free on the Varsity app. Download from the App Store and listen today.
A true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude. Gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids dealing with unthinkable medical circumstances. Team Impact matches children facing serious illness or disability with college sports teams, creating a long-term, life-changing experience for everyone involved. Help us get all kids in the game. Visit teamimpact.org. Team Impact. All in, all together.
The power of Folsom is real, and Eagle Nation, you make the difference. Get your tickets now at 1-800-GSU-WINS or visit gseagles.com/tickets. It's Teacher Appreciation and Fall Family Weekend as the Eagles host South Carolina State Saturday, September 14th at 6 p.m. One more time for the blue and white. Paulson Stadium at Evans Family Field, Saturday, September 14th. Eagles vs. Bulldogs. Call 1-800-GSU-WINS or visit gseagles.com/tickets.
Hey y'all, this is Michael Felder, co-host of College Sports Now. We're breaking down all the action from around the country every week during the football season. We'll look beyond the box score and keep our finger on the pulse of college football from September all the way through the national championship game in January. Listen all season long on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you love to get your favorite podcast. And be sure to follow along on Twitter at CSNowTweets.
Powered by Learfield. Welcome back to Hale's Southern Live, presented by Morris Bank. Make sure to tweet your questions to @GS Sports Network. Now, let's return live to Wild Wing Cafe. Once again, here's the voice of the Eagles, Danny Reed.
Just about halfway through this week's edition, the very first Hail Southern Live of 2024, brought to you in part by our friends at Optum Orthopedics, the official orthopedic care provider to Georgia Southern Athletics. Tweet us at GS Sports Network if you have any questions. You can also do so on Facebook Live. We do have a couple rolling in, so we will get to those with Coach Helton this segment. Next segment, we'll talk with All-American linebacker Marques-Watson Trent as he goes into his final season with the blue and white. Then Coach will come back up to close things out and get a brief preview on those Broncos from Boise State. Coach, only 48 snaps that J.C. French played last year. It was 10 games of experience, but it was a very small package. You mentioned that those 8-9 months of development served him extremely well. But was there an instance looking back where getting him an opportunity more so during last year, what could that potentially have done?
Well, you know, when you look at JC last year, being a redshirt freshman in that situation, he had going into a third-year starter with Davis, you know, and I really think JC would tell you, you know, his seriousness about the game really came about halfway through the season. He transferred from the University of Memphis, and he enjoyed Statesboro. I mean, he enjoyed being a college student. He didn't get that opportunity, you know, in his first year of college, and you can feel that. And he was minute. I finally sat him down and I said, JC, you can be really good at this game, but you have to take it at a very serious level. And he took it to heart.
Yeah.
And the second half of the season, he was just absolutely tremendous in his ability to learn, pick up things, be coachable, and to progress and be serious about the game. And when we hit, by the time we hit later in the season, really felt like he could go in and do some packages. And then all of a sudden, you know, we're in App State, and it's 3rd and 1, and he says, I'm going to pull the trigger, and I'm going to throw a touchdown. And you were and you knew, okay, he's ready.
Yeah.
There was no fear in his eyes. He made a split-second decision, delivered an accurate ball, you know, in Boone, North Carolina. He's ready to go. Unfortunately, we broke our arm the next series. And so we got that healed up. He had a good spring coming off an injury, had a great summer, and an unbelievable training camp.
When it was 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 last year, and he came in, it got to a point where everybody in the park knew that it was probably going to be a QB lead. That's just how it was. But for him to let it rip, that touchdown pass to Caleb Wood, we all looked at each other in the booth and thinking,
Okay, there's a little bit something to this now. It's not just somebody that's coming in to get the hard yards.
Yeah, the good quarterbacks that I've always been around have no fear and they have no conscience, even on 3rd and 1. And he saw a one-on-one matchup, saw a one-on-one opportunity, and he pulled the trigger. And that's what you want from your quarterback, to be able to, when the time and opportunity comes to take the shot, don't be fearful, and then drop a dime on top of him. And that's what he did.
All right, Coach. Brian on Facebook Live asks, what freshman do you expect to make an impact?
You know, we've got a bunch of freshmen that are doing a nice job defensively. I'll just name a few. I think Jakari Brown right now at the corner position can help us down the line. I think he's doing a really nice job. And Tavius Murphy on offense at slot receiver is doing a terrific job. And I'm so enamored with Tyler Budge. You know, we talk about the other 3 quarterbacks, and I'm going to tell you, if Tyler Budge had 6 more months, he'd be right there with him.
Yeah.
He did some really good things, did not have an interception all training camp, threw nothing but touchdowns. He's about 6 months in the weight room, learning how to make that field college outside cut throw, and he'll be right in the competition. So, you know, those are 3 that really stood out to me in the fall.
All right, Aaron asking, will we see a more balanced attack with more experience in the RB room compared to the QB room?
Well, you know, when you look at this and you look at, I think each year is different. And, you know, year 1, year 2, you had 2 kids that were going into their 3rd year of starting.
Right.
You know, JC has been in games, there's 48 snaps. You said he's thrown 11 of 16 balls. He's been in college games. But until he's proven, you have an NFL football player sitting right beside you, Jalen White,
Not too bad,
and a really good back behind him, and O.J. Arnold.
Yeah.
So, you know, we've been a 60% pass, 40% run. I think you're going to see those numbers balance up a little bit more to take a little bit more pressure off a younger quarterback. Not that we won't spread the ball around to a Derwin Burgess and an LB Marques-Watson and a Dalen Cobb and a DeAndre Buchanan, Sam Kennerson, Jet Thompson. You have a host of receivers and tight ends that can be vertical threats. But, you know, we will lean on that run game to be able to take a little bit of pressure off of JC.
Now, all of this is knowing that you've got a new offensive coordinator, not new to the program, but Ryan Applin runs an offense for the first time since he was the OC for 2 years at North Alabama, 18 and 19. And this came up when we spoke when you were down at Media Day in New Orleans. In the 2 years that he called plays combined at North Alabama, he called exactly 1 more pass than run. I don't know if you can get much more balance than that.
He does a great job. Obviously, a proven coordinator, and did a terrific job at North Alabama. And this had always, like I've said, this has always been the plan. You know, I thought one of the best recruits we signed in that first year was Ryan Applin. You know, drawing him away from his alma mater and being the passing game coordinator here, being the tight end coach, and saying, hey, you know what, App, you know, a year or 2 from now, Coach Ellis is going to get an opportunity, and we want a smooth transition for our kids. We don't want to get away from the system. We want to continue building on the system that we're recruiting to. And he has stepped in, and it's just been such a smooth transition. Kids gave a standing ovation when he was named the offensive coordinator, and it's just been a great chemistry between him, the staff, and the players, and that's really important. You know, that player-to-coach relationship is ultra important. That trust is ultra important. That's what App has right now.
With him in mind, we can also bring up defensive coordinator Brandon Bailey. I mentioned the 2 of them in the same breath because with the ability to have the in-helmet communication this year, the green dot is going to be represented by 1 player offensively and defensively. They'll be the ones to say up until 15 seconds on the play clock, watch this, do this, don't do this. Will you be involved with the ability to speak, or will that specifically be Ryan talks to the offense and Brandon talks to the defense?
No, I have the ability as the head coach to talk to both the starting quarterback as well as the play caller on defense, which is Mar. So you have that ability. I mostly talk, you know, defensively, it's a lot quicker communication, so don't talk to Mar as much unless it's a situation. Quarterback-wise, yes, there's some that there'll be 5 to 6 times I may call a play individually during the game and be able to talk to the quarterback, but 95% it's going to be just situational mastery. But you do have a button as a head coach to be able to talk to all the green dots based on whether you're on the offensive switch or defensive switch. So it's like a cheat code, to be honest with you. To be able to have that thing go all the way down to 15 and be able to communicate, I think it helps you with a younger quarterback, a more inexperienced quarterback, to give him 30 years of experience, App having the experience that he has also, to be able to talk him through all the way up to 15 seconds.
I would say with EA College Football 25 coming out about a month ago, everybody's looking for cheat codes at this point.
No question. And this ability to be able to communicate, it's a great change for college football.
We'll give Coach Helton a break to get some dinner. We come back from this break at Wild Wing Cafe. All-American linebacker Marques-Watson Trent will join us. This is Hail Southern Live, debut edition in 24, brought to you each week by Morris Bank and powered by Learfield.
Eagle Nation, this is William Martin from Southern Exchange Company. We're proud to always bring you the best selection of Georgia Southern gear for game day and every day. Make sure to stop by and visit us at our store across from campus on Chandler Road or online at southernexchangecompany.com. Follow Southern Exchange on social media at SXC Statesboro for the latest gear in stock. Southern Exchange Company, the official merchandiser of Georgia Southern Athletics.
Don't let an injury keep you on the sidelines. So go where the pros go. Optum Orthopedics. They're the official orthopedics and team physicians for Georgia Southern Athletics. Thanks to Optum, our Eagles get the best care on and off the field. The good news is that Optum is here for you too. Located in our community, Optum is the leader in advanced orthopedic care throughout the Southeast. Like the Eagles, you deserve the freedom to soar. With Optum's fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons, you will. Your team, your community, your freedom. Optum Orthopedics, they're here for you.
Did you know that Yancey Rents is a Georgia-owned rental company serving Georgia since 1914? Yancey Rents has excavators, dozers, backhoe loaders, small dump trucks, water trucks, concrete saws, light towers, scissor lifts, and so much more. We've got a huge selection of equipment ready to be rented today. Call 844-YNC-RENT or check us out at yanceyrents.com. With 16 locations around the state and a new expanded lineup of equipment ready to be rented right now, Yancey Rents wants to be your preferred rental supplier in Georgia.
Some days you hit snooze, but not today. Today you have to go on a run to get burgers for the tailgate. You've got to haul something heavy, a cooler stocked with Bud Light. And you've got beer and football, nothing is hard. Until the other team scores. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. 21 plus, copyright 2024, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Eagle Nation, I'm here with Morris Bank Chairman and CEO Spence Mullis. Now, Spence, I know Morris Bank has deep roots to Georgia Southern.
That's right. We have a lot of Eagles on our team here at Morris Bank, and we know what it means to bleed blue. We always say it pays to bank blue because we believe, like Georgia Southern football, that getting after it every day with a strong work ethic leads to success. We're proud to be this year's season presenting sponsor of Georgia Southern football and to show our support for Eagle Nation. Morris Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletics season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
The power of Paulson is real, and Eagle Nation, you make the difference. Get your tickets now at 1-800-GSU-WINS or visit gseagles.com/tickets. It's tackling for a cure and Hall of Fame weekend as the Eagles host Marshall Saturday, October 12th at 6 p.m. Wear your blue and white proudly as we promote cancer awareness and honor the 2024 Athletics Hall of Fame class. Saturday, October 12th, Georgia Southern against Marshall. 1-800-GSU-WINS or visit gseagles.com/tickets.
It's pride, it's dedication, it's fandom. Wear your college colors on August 30th for College Colors Day. Welcome back game days and celebrate by wearing your school's apparel. Showcase your pregame ritual, your fan cave, or just you wearing your team gear wherever you are by using the hashtag College Colors Day. Head to collegecolorsday.com to learn more and shop the latest gear. It's your day to show your school spirit. College Colors Day on August 30th. Don't miss the moment.
The call across the middle. It's intercepted. Yes! Marques-Watson Trent with his first career pick. He runs into the sideline and hands it to Clay Helton. One of the top moments of the 2023 season, the first of 2 interceptions for Marques-Watson Trent. Led the Eagles in tackles for the second straight year and an All-American in 2023 as Hail Southern Live continues from Wild Wing Cafe. Another 20 minutes or so, we'll talk with Coach Helton when we close things out and get deeper into Boise State. But he's here. We're going to talk to him, and we're going to talk a lot. He is one of our all-time favorites. I don't use that lightly. Please welcome in Marques-Watson Trent.
My guy. Thanks for having me.
I don't know who else we would have. I mean, it's Schumann Farms, the game. It's the rooted rivalry. The video came out earlier today. I appreciate you even more, by the way.
Yes, sir.
But you're basically the spokesman now for Schumann Farms for 2020.
Yeah, I've been blessed with the opportunity, man, and it's been a tremendous journey. And I want to really give a huge thanks to Schumann Farm and Eagle Nation Collective and Lenny B. The things they do are tremendous, and they've really been, blessing us with NIL and stuff and different opportunities. So just want to give them that as well. But I also wanted to start. I got a little peace treaty. If you guys seen the video, I hit Danny pretty hard. So I just wanted to give him a little peace treaty. His birthday is also coming up Friday, man, and I just want to give you appreciation.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Got him some crumble cookies.
We might actually get through the segments before I finish these. I appreciate that.
Of course,
that's really nice. I might even split one with you. Just don't hit me again.
No more hitting.
Did you think that you would know this much about onions this year?
I didn't. I really got when I first started talking to Adam Brady, the person up there in Schumann, and he's just been spilling so much knowledge about it. I'm like, wow, I know a lot about onions now. You can ask me anything.
You came back for this year. For one more time. You're going to get hopefully around 15 one more times if this thing goes the way that everybody feels that it can. But in your situation specifically, how does this all feel?
Man, it's really special. Really just trying to take everything in, man. This place means absolutely the world to me. I love everybody here. I love everybody who's a part of Georgia Southern. I'm an Eagle for life, and I'm just glad to be here for my last ride.
Well, I know that there's one person here that's hoping you can get back up to southwestern Pennsylvania. Your mom says you miss it.
Hi, Mom. Look, I know they're going crazy in the comments. A huge shout out to my parents, man. I wouldn't be up here if it wasn't for them. The sacrifices they made for me to be here, man. I have a great foundation. I am the man I am today because of them. So awesome. Just want to shout them out.
That's awesome. They raised you. We're able to make you a part of Eagle Nation, but the thing that helped keep you here, your relationship with Leonard Bevel, Kennedy Finch with the Eagle Nation Collective. We happen to be wearing the polos this evening. But as you take a look at the year plus that you have been part of the collective, we always say it changes lives. How's it changed your life?
Man, it's done major things in my life. After the season, the season I had a pretty good season. And I had some opportunities for other schools. And, Lenny B and the Eagle Collective has really came and really impacted my life because they gave me an opportunity to play and stay at the place I love. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else. They also, like I spoke before about Schumann Farms and just different businesses and really teaching us about financial literacy, helping my family out. I have a lot of siblings that a lot of people don't know. So just being able to support them and really learn a lot of stuff in that transition period of after college and different things like that. So it's been, it's helped me tremendously.
How's your brother's clothing line doing?
He's doing really good, man. I'm excited for what he's about to drop something new soon, so stay tuned if you guys haven't. My little brother Maurice, he has a clothing brand called A Maverick. If you haven't, look that up and really get into him. He has great designs, and he's really going to be, he has a bright future.
As part of your development into your 5th season, you didn't participate in spring practice because of the off-season surgery. Did that
give you even more of a, okay, I haven't done this for a lot longer than everybody else that's been on the field. So was that even more of a, I'm back now, I need to show what I still can do?
1,000%. I think the first thing with any team, you got to really assert yourself. And I'm a competitive person, so at any time I get an opportunity to get out there, it's a blessing. But you know, that little period, you kind of got to like, hey man, I still got it. They might think I'm old, so I gotta show the young guys something. But yeah, just to be able to compete with my guys again and really prepare for this season. We have so much depth, and I'm really excited for these guys. And just being out there with them is a blessing, and just love it. Love every minute of it.
A number of times today, the technological developments have come up. You're going to be having the green dot on defense.
Yes, sir.
But was that creepy when you heard that voice in your helmet up until 15 on the play clock? Did you have to get used to that?
I'm not going to lie. When they first told me about it, I'm like, I know how Coach Bailey is on game day. He gets pretty crazy. But really going through the fall camp with it and everything, it's been a smooth transition. He's a savant. He's a very smart individual. So having him in my ear and helping me with the checks, man, it's going to be a smooth transition. And I just love it and can't wait to use it out there on Saturday.
You're a captain again, but not a whole lot of people get a chance to say that. You're a captain again. So how does what you do last year improve even more this year?
Yeah, I think first, I think being the captain, and I talked about this last time, it's the greatest honor, truly, because you're picked by the people that you play with and in war with every single day. So just it's an honor and a privilege to be the captain of Georgia Southern. So I hold that dearly to my heart, and I take a lot of pride with it. Every year it's a new team, so you have to really gain the respect all over again. You can't just say, I did this last year, give me a spot or give me the captain, but you got to go out there and earn it. And that's something that I focus on. I knew last year some things that I didn't do well with leadership that I wanted to improve on this year, and I got an opportunity to do that. So I'm just blessed to be in a position, and I can't wait to go out there with my guys.
You know, when we talked over the summer, when you said, I want to soak up every moment, every relationship, whether it's just somebody in passing or somebody that you've known for years and years, how intentional you want this year to be.
Yeah, I think, this being my last year, and I talked about it with you before, just understanding the blessing it is to be in this position and not wasting it. I feel like a lot of people waste the opportunities, waste the little things. So really that's been my main focus this year. Every conversation I had, I enjoyed it and being in the moment, even with you right here, right now. So just really soaking everything up and really just being genuinely there is something I focus on this year. And it helped me, better my relationship with the Lord, because I got more opportunities to spread His word. And it's just been great for me.
All right, the tackle. Do you make the noise that you made when you hit me? Do you make that noise during games?
I really be blacked out on games, so I don't know what I say or what I do sometimes. But in my mind, I'm saying that noise, so I think so. I don't know.
We'll talk to Ashton Jetty after this Saturday if you make that noise after you. All right, I'm going to give you a chance to make a sales pitch for Paulson Stadium. But if anybody for Boise State happens to be watching this, they've never been here. They've never come 2,300 or so miles to Alan Paulson Stadium. If you had to speak to someone who has never been to a game at Paulson, seeing it for the very first time, sell it.
I would say you're coming to a place where the fans are not only passionate, but they're involved. They're a factor. They love this place with all their heart, and we understand that as players. And that's our edge. You can talk about edge sometime. That's what really we hold pride to that. That's our edge. So playing in Paulson, traditionally we know we don't lose at home, and that's what echoed is. So when you're coming to play Saturday night in Paulson, you're coming for a fight, and we're coming ready every single time.
It all starts again one more time, 4 o'clock against Boise State on Saturday. We're live at 2 o'clock with the Cutwater Spirits Tailgate Show. Thank you for this. Thank you for being who you are, and we'll do this again for sure. Marques-Watson Trent, he is just outstanding. Head Coach Clay Helton rejoins us. One final segment. We'll talk about Boise State after this from Wild Wing. This is Hail Southern Live, powered by Learfield.
When it comes to your heating and cooling needs, don't sacrifice sacrifice your comfort. Ogeechee Heating and Air has served Southeast Georgia and surrounding communities for more than 15 years. With more than 35 years of industry experience, these licensed and insured heating contractors have the experience and know-how to get your HVAC job done right the first time. Whether you're selecting a new heating or cooling system, repairing an existing system, or you just want lower energy bills and a healthier home, Ogeechee Heating and Air has the service and expertise you're looking for. Call today, 912-739-4035.
Hey, Eagle fans, the 2024 football season is here, and SeatGeek is here to help you experience all the action. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the touchdown celebrations this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to Georgia Southern football games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of the Georgia Southern Eagles. The most disruptive idea in ticketing? A ticket that works. Expect the expected. SeatGeek.
Yellowwood knows that a five-star backyard is the place to make lasting memories. Like cookouts. Cornhole with friends. Ooh, a neighborhood potluck with your wife's pasta salad. The one with the feta. Oh, sorry. Or taking a nap on your deck in a hammock. Naps are memories. I love naps. For five-star backyards and the most memorable experiences, Yellowwood brand pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't have that yellow tag, you don't want it.
Eagle Nation, this is Danny Reed reminding you to catch a new edition of the Inside Eagle Nation podcast every Tuesday on GSEagles.com and the Varsity Network app. We'll catch you up on the week that was and preview the week that will be. We've got stories, we've got history, we've got everything you love about Georgia Southern athletics, all on the Inside Eagle Nation podcast. That's every Tuesday on GSEagles.com and the Varsity Network app, covering all things blue and white. Tune in each Tuesday for Inside Eagle Nation.
Aw, shucks. The game's on TV, but I can't listen to the call of my favorite team broadcasters.
Never fear, Sync My Game is here.
Sync My Game?
Yes, Sync My Game. If you have a DVR and streaming device, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield. It's never been easier to hear the impassioned voices of your favorite radio crew synced with the TV.
Wow, thank you, Mr.
Just remember, syncmygame.com.
The passion.
He's gonna take it to the house. Dinner's cooking. Touchdown.
The fury.
There was flames on that ball.
The speed.
35-40. There he goes. Down the sideline.
Western College football.
For the end zone. Got it for 6 points.
You can unhitch the wagon. Put the ponies in the barn. Back in the end zone. 30, 20.
Say goodnight to this one. This is the College Football Bliss. Listen all season long on College Sports Now on the Varsity Network. This is Hail Southern Live, powered by Learfield. Live at Wild Wing Cafe in Statesboro. Here's Danny Reed.
Eagle Nation, when Marques-Watson Trent speaks, we listen. We've been doing it for 5 years now. He starts his final campaign one more time this Saturday. 4 o'clock is the kick against Boise State. We'll be on at 2 p.m. with the Cutwater Spirits tailgate show. You'd love to clone him and have 125 of them, but my goodness, what an ambassador, what a person, and I'll say this wholeheartedly, a great friend.
Well, I'm going to tell you, what an amazing man. You know, you hope that you see a young man at 18, and then when they leave you, they're 22, 23, and they're grown men ready for the real world. That man is ready for the real world. He is the definition of what an Eagle is: tough, disciplined, puts the team over himself. Great player, but even a better person. And there's a reason he's a two-time captain.
Did you put him up to the cookies? Did you want one?
No, that's all him. He was so excited he came to me and said, Coach, I got something for Daddy. It's going to be his birthday, but I need to tell him I'm sorry, too, because I smacked him pretty good. So, that was totally him.
Boise State, first ever matchup, 2,300-mile trip. They're going to be coming into town on Thursday for this 4 o'clock kick. Spoke a little bit about them on the show this morning. Also, during the press conference that took place right after, Ashton Genty is a name that will come up continually. Not just one of the best running backs in the group of 5, but they actually launched a website today, Heisman with the number 2, because that's what he wears, Heisman.com, because there is a chance that he is a
frontline Heisman candidate this year.
He's one of the premier players in college football, and what an unbelievable opening game. You know, you have Ashton and Jalen White on the same field, two Sunday players. I saw one article, two of the top 10 backs in the country right now, and to have them on opening game, what a neat opportunity for both kids. You know, Ashton does it all for them. You talk about a guy that had 1,900 yards and didn't have a complete season. Not only is he up for the Heisman, he's a watch list candidate for the Bolitnikoff because he's the number one receiver out of the backfield in college football last year. And so you're talking about a special talent coming to Statesboro, and we've got a great challenge. Coach Bailey and the defense have a great challenge ahead of them with one of the premier players in the country.
They had a quarterback battle of their own. Everybody thought that the 5-star Malachi Nelson was going to come in, really swoop in and take the job from the incumbent Maddox Madsen. He was announced a couple of days ago. He's only made one career start, but somebody that has spent 2 years in the program. He'll have great leadership with offensive coordinator Dirk Cutter. People in this state remember him from 2 stints with the Atlanta Falcons. But what do you see when you watch Maddox Madsen, the quarterback, on film?
Well, you see that experience. And any time that you get in a quarterback battle, you imagine you're battling the number one quarterback coming out of high school in the country. You've got to go earn it, and that's what he did. He put blue-collar work ethic. You could see it on tape, just his maturity for the game. Doesn't commit a lot of turnovers. He's a field general, accurate with the ball, and he's a great compliment, I think, to Ashton. You know, a guy that can get the protection slid in the right place, make the right read, find the one-on-one opportunity, and Coach Cutter's done this for a long time.
Momentum.
He'll know a good quarterback when he sees one in the right time, and Maddox is in this time for them the right choice.
Spencer Danielson was named the interim coach last year. They win the Mountain West Conference Championship. Eric Chenander is now running the defense. For those that like to have a good memory, he was the D coordinator in Nebraska 2 years ago, so let that be in your minds as you come to Paulson Stadium this weekend. But as you watch, do you go back and watch the Nebraska film to see what you could see from Boise State?
Well, one of the things that Boise has been, you got to remember, they've been doing this for about 17 years, and the defense has always stayed the same.
Okay.
Head coach is a former defensive coordinator. You could even see going into the bowl game, or even when he had the interim head coach title, the defense stayed the same all the way through. There may be, anytime you get a new DC, there's going to be some similarities, but the majority will probably be what they've done over the past several years.
I'm just thinking that was a good night at Lincoln, 642 yards. They missed the field goal at the end. That'd be a nice memory to have, bringing it back to Paulson for the people that didn't get a chance to be there that evening.
Well, I tell you, it is a nice memory, but we've now got another game that you got to focus on the now. And the now is Boise State, and I'll be honest with you, a really talented Boise State defense. Only gave up just a little over 20 points a game last year. As good as we were for not having attrition on our team, Boise State did just as good a job, having the ability to keep Ashton, keep several defensive members that were all conference players, not for leaving the team. I think just you got two similar programs that have a lot of pride, have a lot of tradition, and a tradition of excellence at their place, and the players play for their schools. So it is something that you got two teams that are really good teams right now because of that lack of attrition that we see in college football on both sides of the ball.
Just a few seconds left before we close out. They got an All-American kicker and an All-American punter. So how much more of an emphasis do you have to put on special teams this weekend?
Well, they play the field position game, especially having Ashton. Using that run game, using play action, using those talented wideouts outside, and you're not surprised that they have a great field goal kicker and a great punter. That's what field position teams do. And you have two of the best in the country. On the same time, two older kids that have really produced for them over the years. So, you're as you've seen, they have the highest group of 5 ranking in the power rankings, and they have it for a reason. They've got a good football team, and we get the opportunity to compete against them at Paulson Stadium.
Well, fired up this weekend, 4 o'clock kickoff, nationally televised ESPNU first ever matchup. It begins this season, Georgia Southern versus Boise State. Coach, we'll do this a lot this year, and there's a lot to do on the field. Can't wait to see what story you guys tell over these next few months. Thanks as always.
Looking forward to it, Danny. Hail Southern.
For Jared Benko, Marques-Watson Trent, Clay Helton, Clara Lakey back at our studios this year. Danny Reed signing off from Wild Wing Cafe. We'll see you at Paulson Stadium this Saturday. Eagles, Boise State on the Georgia Southern Sports Network.
on the Georgia Southern Sports Network, powered by Learfield. Hail Southern Live has been brought to you by Morris Bank. It pays to bank blue. Morris Bank, member FDIC. Eagle Nation Collective, the official NIL collective of Georgia Southern Athletics. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Please enjoy responsibly. Optum Orthopedics, your team, your community, your freedom. Optum Orthopedics, they're here for you. And by Savannah